Okay, I kind of want him.
We're gonna go fishing!
So my name is Sharon Gallant. I'm the AP Bio teacher at Garden Area High School, and we were offered the opportunity to work with the nonprofit Upstream and the Department of Marine Resources in looking at an alewives project in Copsey Stream. So of course I said yes. I mean, you know, take your kids outside every Wednesday for an hour and a half on a gorgeous sunny day. Who would say no to that? So it's an opportunity, I think, for kids to really learn about science, the kind of down and dirty nuts and bolts of it, that it doesn't always work perfectly each week, that there are some times that it runs super smooth and the data that you collect is wonderful, and then there's other times where you have outliers or that your process doesn't really work. And that's what science is about, figuring out what works, how to change it, and how to make it so that it's a process that every school could use in the state of Maine.
My job is to catch the fish with a net, staying away from drop-offs and strong currents. And it's important to always wear a life jacket. It was much easier at the beginning of the run, and now to catch them with a net, now we have to use the fly fishing because they're a little fewer in numbers.
Diane and I are in charge of measuring the fish.
So what we do is we pick the fish out of the bucket over there and we put it on this board to measure it. And so we hold the head down at this end.
Yeah, and then we measured at the fork of the tail, so the little V in the tail, the inside, and then we see what centimeter it's on.
And then we pass it off to be massed. In my part of the procedure, after the fish were measured, I would mass it on the electronic scale in grams. And then I would have to take the average of the masses because it would fluctuate a lot because of how active the fish were. And after that, I would hand it off to be sexed by Oliver or Seth.
I found the sex of the fish, and the way I did it was you held the fish, and then you squeezed its stomach while rubbing it. And if yellow eggs came out, it was a girl, and if white milk came out, it was a guy.
So one of my jobs was to scale the fish, and basically what I would do is every 3 fish, we had to collect a total of 50. I would take a dull knife and someone would hold out the fish and I would take the blade of the knife and scale upward. And then I would collect the scales and I would take out the blue paper in here, and in the middle of the blue paper, place the scales on it. In addition, I would have to put the length, weight, sex of the fish, and then I would put this in the back and I would collect up to a total of 15.
I was in charge of doing the recording for our citizen science project, and what I did is I basically listened to everyone else doing their jobs, and I recorded the mass, the length, and the sex of each fish, and I also recorded whether or not we took a scale from it, and it just helps us to determine like the average weight and the average length and sex of the fish. So when we catch the fish, we have an aerated tank where they can just go in there and breathe and wait for us to handle them. And then when we're handling them, we make sure that we do it really quickly so they don't die. And we also have extra buckets filled with water in case they do need to go into the water while we're handling them.
Bye.